It started with a text that made my stomach twist into knots. I wasn't supposed to see it. It was brief, almost casual. I'm free tonight. No context, no name. Just those 3 words. My fingers hovered over my phone, unsure if I wanted to reply or delete it. My heart whispered warnings I didn't want to hear. That night, we went to her company party together. The room buzzed with laughter, clinking glasses and soft music, but I felt like I was watching everything through glass. She wore a dress that caught the light perfectly, hair falling just so over her shoulders. She laughed with colleagues, her eyes sparkling, but I noticed the way she gravitated toward him, her boss. I tried to brush it off. I'm imagining things, I told myself. But then I saw it. She smiled at him, that smile, the one that made my chest tighten. And she said, loud enough for anyone nearby to hear, I'm free tonight. His smirk was slow, deliberate. A smirk that promised he understood her entirely. And just like that, a piece of me cracked. The next few days were hell. I found myself watching her every move, searching for signs, for excuses, for reassurance that I wasn't losing her to someone else. There were the missed calls, the late-night texts she claimed were work-related, the little lies that seemed insignificant at first. I'm just grabbing coffee with a colleague. It's a networking thing. But everything added up. My trust, once solid, began to feel fragile and brittle. I started seeing patterns in the small things. The faint scent of a cologne she didn't wear before, lingering in the air long after she returned from work. The way her phone screen would light up, and she'd hide it the second I looked. The late dinners, the weekend errands that didn't include me, excuses that didn't quite make sense. I questioned myself first. Was I paranoid? Was I imagining betrayal? Then came the messages. A notification on her laptop left open for a split second. A few words exchanged with him, nothing explicit but intimate enough to sting. Can't wait to see you. Tonight's going to be fun. Each text chipped away at the walls I'd built around my heart. Memories became weapons in my mind. I remembered quiet mornings, the way she used to brush hair from my face, the soft laughter we shared while cooking together. Every memory now carried a shadow, a reminder of trust I'd given freely and was now used against me. I confronted her one night. We were in our bedroom, the hum of the city outside mixing with the sound of my own heartbeat in my ears. I saw the texts, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. The message you left, the way you smiled at him. She looked at me calm, almost resigned. I didn't mean for you to see that, she admitted. It wasn't supposed to hurt you. Not supposed to hurt me? I asked, disbelief and pain threading my voice. You smiled at him. You said you were free. Right in front of everyone. She looked down, voice barely a whisper. I just felt alive. I've been so stuck in the routine, the work, the kids, the house. I didn't mean to betray you. I just needed to feel wanted, needed to feel in control of something. Her words were not excuses. They were a confession, a vulnerable, flawed truth. I wanted to rage, to storm out, to demand she explain every little thing. But I couldn't. I felt the grief, the heartbreak, the betrayal washing over me, and underneath it, a strange clarity. Love alone wasn't enough to fix this. Trust was gone. The following weeks were heavy with silence and reflection. I moved through the house with careful steps, avoiding triggers of the life we once had. I questioned what had been real and what had been performance. I realized that lingering love doesn't erase betrayal. It doesn't undo the sting of words, gestures, or choices that break the bond you thought was unbreakable. Eventually, I made my choice. I chose myself. Not in anger, not in revenge, but with quiet determination. I began to rebuild the edges of my life that had been blurred by betrayal. The grief didn't vanish, and the memories still stung, but my dignity remained intact. I learned that walking away doesn't mean giving up on love. It means refusing to let someone's actions define your worth. I'll never forget that night at the party, the smile, the words, and the smirk that followed. But I also won't forget the strength I discovered afterward. The ability to face heartbreak, to grieve, and to rise again. Some goodbyes are silent, some endings are quiet. And sometimes survival itself is the most powerful story we can tell.